Something freaking works.
All right, we are here with Armani. Armani, what are you riding?
I'm riding a Saunders metacycle.
What's the battery and the motor?
The battery is a 4,000 watt-hour battery, and it's I think it's a 8,000 QS motor.
Awesome. What's the top speed of the bike?
Top speed, I've gotten it up to 75, but that's when you recalibrate the speedo on here. In sport mode, it's around 75.
Cool. And your range?
Depending on mix riding, you could get up to like 40 miles. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And what's the total cost of the bike, if you don't mind sharing?
The total cost of the bike when it first came out, the early backers, was $5,000.
Nice, not bad. Okay. All right, thanks so much for sharing.
All right.
All right, we're here with Bob. Bob, what are you riding?
I'm riding the Sur-Ron.
What's the battery and the motor?
The battery is a Shy 60 volt, 51 amp hour. The motor is stock.
Okay. What's the top speed of the bike?
Top speed is about 60 miles per hour.
And your range?
Range is about 50 miles.
50 miles? Awesome. And what's the total cost of the bike, if you don't mind me sharing?
Total cost may roughly be around 7,000. I'm not sure because I've been doing mods over the years.
Awesome. All right, thanks for sharing, Bob. All right, we're here with Zin. Zin, what are you riding?
I'm riding the Kalk INK Race.
Very nice. What's the battery and the motor?
The capacity is 2.6 kilowatt hours.
Very nice. Yeah, it says it right here. It's awesome. It's basically a 52 volt, 50 amp hour. What's the motor? Did you say the motor?
The motor.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
We'll put it in the description. What's the top speed you get on the bike?
This is the race model, so with the right wind and a low payload, it could hit up to 70.
Awesome.
70 mph.
And your range?
Range is 30 to 50 miles.
Okay,
Quick
awesome.
charge.
And what's the total cost of the bike?
10,000.
And where can we follow you? Right?
I do have a website, xtii.com.
Awesome. All right, thanks for sharing, Zim. All right, we're here with Venom. Venom, what are you riding?
What's up, man? I'm riding the Sur-Ron.
Okay. What's the battery and the motor?
Battery from Power Lithium. Stock motor right now I'm running. I got a Bach 8000.
What's the size of the battery?
72 volt, 51 amp hour Molly cell.
What's the top speed you get on the bike?
I haven't got up to it yet, but I've passed 72 miles an hour. So.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
And your range?
Range, it all depends, what level you're on.
Sure.
If I go eco, I'll probably get about 80 to 100 miles.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the total cost of the bike, if you don't mind me sharing?
I would say right now it's about 11,000. Yeah.
Awesome. And where can we follow you?
Venom NYC 5K.
Thanks for sharing. All right, we're here with Khan. Khan, what are you riding?
I'm riding the Aerial Rider X-Class 52 volt.
What's the battery and the motor?
The battery is 38 amp hour, dual battery, and the motor is 1,000 watt nominal and 2,000 watt peak.
What's the top speed you get on the bike?
The top speed on flat ground is 33 miles per hour, but if I'm going downhill, I can get up to 35.
Very nice. And your range?
The range is around 45 miles if I'm going fast, but if I pedal only, it could go up to 60 miles.
And what's the total cost of the bike?
The total cost is around $2,800.
And where can we follow you?
On YouTube at Khan Rides.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Khan.
Thank you, Erock.
Man, I am able to stay composed even when I'm getting photobombed. All right, we're here with Richie. Richie, what are you riding?
Riding a 2020 Onyx RCR.
What's the battery and the motor?
Battery is 72 volt, 51 amp hour, powerful lithium. Motor is the stock 3 kilowatt motor.
Awesome. And what's the top speed you get on the bike?
I get to the true speed 55 after my speedometer got calibrated by mono.
And your range?
The range I've done, well, I never emptied out the battery, but I know I could safely do 60, 70 miles.
Awesome. And what's the total cost of the bike, if you don't mind me asking?
The total cost, I'm looking at $8,000.
Any additional mods you're going to do to it?
Oh yeah, stay tuned for that. Different mirrors, extended swing arm from the Dot Shop, roll tires.
Where can we follow you?
Follow me on Electric Hornet NYC on Instagram or on YouTube or Frantic TV. And don't forget to follow EROCKRODZ, bitches.
Thank you, sir.
You got
Thanks
it.
for sharing. All right, we're here with Jim. Jim, what are you riding?
Aerial Rider Grizzly.
Awesome. What's the battery and the motor?
52 volt, 35 AH.
Is that both batteries, or is that
That's
combined?
for both batteries combined.
And what's the motor?
Dual 1,000-watt motors.
Okay, and you could use them one at a time or both?
Correct.
What's the top speed you get on the bike?
40, I would say 38 to 40 on an average.
And your range?
About 75 miles, depending on what battery I'm using or whether it's front wheel or rear wheel drive or both.
What's the total cost of the bike?
It was about 37 the way it is right now.
Okay. All right, thanks so much for sharing, Jim.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right, we're here with Dom. Dom, what are you riding?
I got a Honda Moto Compacto.
Awesome. What's the battery and the motor?
Stock battery and motor.
Okay. What's the top speed you get on that thing?
15 miles an hour.
All right. And the range?
12 miles range.
Okay. And what's the total cost of that thing?
$995.
Awesome. Where can we follow you?
I'm on Instagram, Smoke Bomb Dom.
Thanks so much for sharing, Dom.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, we're here with Alexis.
Yeah.
Alexis, what are you riding?
I'm riding the Onyx.
What's the battery and the motor?
They're both stock, but like I haven't made any changes to it.
Okay.
You know.
What's the top speed you get on the bike?
Top speed?
Yeah.
I can get about 60.
Awesome. And your range?
I think about depending. I think I can do 50 or 70 miles.
Awesome. Okay.
On one charge, yeah.
Cool. What's the total cost of the bike?
I think I paid like 4,500.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And where can we follow you?
I am the DJ.
On Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Alexis.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. We're here with Victor. Victor, what are you riding?
A modified Runner Plus.
Awesome. What's the battery and the motor?
It's a 72-volt battery, 30 amps, and 5K motor.
Awesome. What's the top speed you get on the bike?
Between 60 to 70.
Wow. And your range?
Around 40 to 50, yeah.
Okay. And what's the total cost of the bike?
With the mods and the price of around 6K.
6K? 6,000? Yeah. All right, awesome. Okay, thank you so much for sharing, Victor. All right, we're here with Matt. Matt, what are you riding?
What am I riding? I'm riding Super 69.
Super 69. It's like a dual Super 73 setup. Okay, what's the battery and the motor?
Right now I'm running a 72 volt battery. It's running two stock, the stock 750 watt motors.
Okay.
But I'm running them at 72 volts, probably about 3,000 watts peak.
What's the top speed you get on this thing?
Probably around 40, 45 if you really have a stretch.
All right, how about the range?
Probably get 30 miles if I'm generous on it.
What's the total cost of the build?
It was actually zero. Everything's recycled on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everything from the frames,
Awesome.
the batteries, everything.
So you just got all this, put it together?
It's all spare parts and a lot of time, I would say.
Where can we follow you?
You can follow me at mattbike. Is matt.bike.
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much for sharing.
Thanks, bros.
Okay, we're here with Lil 14. All right, what are you riding?
I'm riding a stock Sur-Ron Ochibi.
Awesome. What's the battery and the motor?
The battery is 72 volt, 55 amp hour.
And the motor?
The motor is just plain stock.
Stock motor. What's the top speed you get on the bike?
Top speed, right at the moment, I've hit downhill 62 miles an hour, but stock would go 60.
Okay. And your range?
Range, I believe, is 60.
60?
As
60
well,
range.
yeah.
And what's the total cost of the bike?
Cost bike would be 6.5 thousand.
And where can we follow you?
You can follow me at _.low14. All
right, thanks so much for sharing.
Gotcha.
All right, we're here with Melissa. Melissa, what are you riding?
Super 73 S2.
Awesome. What's the battery and the motor?
Standard.
Stock battery, stock motor?
Stock, yeah.
Okay, cool. What's the top speed you get on the bike?
I think the fastest I've seen it get to was 32, 33 miles an hour.
And your range?
72?
72 miles?
I think so.
Okay. And what's the total cost of the bike?
When I got it, it was around 2,600.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And where can we follow you?
Instagram, traveling techie _.
Okay, awesome. Thanks so much for sharing, Melissa.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with Jim. Jim, what are you riding?
This is a Freeo shotgun.
Awesome. What's the battery and the motor?
This here is a dual motor Front wheel, rear wheel, or dual motor drive.
Okay, and dual battery, correct?
Dual battery, correct.
What's the top speed you get on the bike?
About 38 to 40 miles
Okay.
an hour.
And your range?
I would say a little less than the Grizzly, probably about 60 to 75.
Okay, and what's the total cost of the bike?
This was 2,700.
27. Thanks so much for sharing.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, we're here with Dan. Dan, what are you riding?
This is a fully modded Super 73 RX.
Awesome. What's the battery and the motor?
So the battery is a powerful lithium 51 amp hour, 300 amp discharge. The motor is a CTY2 mid motor kit.
What's the top speed you get on the bike?
About 50.
50. And your range?
Range, I mean, I haven't really tested it, but I probably could do, with pedal assist, over 100 miles with pedal assist. Throttle is probably like 30 miles, 40 miles.
Any standout mods you want to mention?
It's fully modded, no hub drive, mid drive, one of a kind, custom wheels.
Cool. What's the total cost of the build?
I would probably guess around 8K.
Okay. Where can we follow you?
So I'm on Instagram and YouTube as Mr. Dan Lai.
Thanks so much for sharing, Dan.
You're up.
All right, we're here with Ray. Ray, what are you riding?
I'm riding the Begode EXN high-speed version.
Awesome. What's the battery and the motor?
Basically, it's a 2,700 watt-hour battery with a 100-volt system.
The motor?
Stock motor.
Stock motor. Okay. What's the top speed you get on it?
Top speed for me, 49 miles per hour. Other people has gotten like maybe 52 to 55 miles per hour, depending on your weight and the battery.
Okay. And your range?
Range, if I'm riding it hard, mixed usage, anywhere from 30 to 60 miles.
Awesome. And what's the total cost?
Total cost, $3,000.
And where can we follow you?
Ray Rides, R-A-E Rides, Instagram and YouTube.
All right, thanks for sharing, Ray.
Thank you, bro.
We're here with Alan. Alan, what are you riding?
I'm riding a Super Soka SC. Came out in 22. I bought this last year, September 23. Comes with dual lithium ion batteries. They're both 60 volt with 30 amps. They're interchangeable. They do not run parallel, so I have to pull them out. You can ride with one battery. It'll still give you about 30, 40 miles. And then you can use this as storage. But I never know how far I'm going, so I like getting the full 80-mile range on this.
Very nice.
Top speed with the governor on is 25, 35 miles an hour. If I take the governor off, it maxes out at about 55 miles per hour.
What's the total cost of the bike?
I bought it stock at 5K. I haven't done any upgrades yet.
Where can we follow you?
All in the City on Instagram, and you can follow me on Facebook, Keyzon Allen.
Awesome.
You got it.
All right, we're here with Chris. Chris, what are you riding?
Chris.
All right, we're here with Dan. Dan, what are you riding?
So this is the Zion Cyber X.
Awesome. What's the battery and the motor?
So this has a upgraded powerful lithium 63 amp hour battery with 500 amp discharge.
And the motor?
The motor is a Zion stock motor.
Okay.
But it has also the stock BAC 4000 controller.
What's the top speed you get on it?
This one I can do about 65, 70.
And your range?
Range is about, I would say full throttle, about 70 miles. But mild throttle, about 80 miles, 80, 90 miles.
Okay, cool. And what's the total cost of the bike?
This one is probably around 7K, I would say.
Okay. Where can we follow you?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram and YouTube, Mr. Dan Lai. I have a full video summary of mods on this, and I'll have upcoming video with updated mods as well.
Thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with Eric. Eric, what are you riding?
Currently riding the veteran Sherman, the third version.
What's the battery and the motor?
It's a 3200 watt hour battery, 100 volt, and the motor, I believe, 2500 watts.
Awesome. Okay. What's the top speed you get on it?
A safe top speed about 45. You could touch 50 though.
Okay. And the range?
Range anywhere between, depending on how aggressively, maybe 30 to 100 miles.
And what's the total cost?
When I purchased it, it was about 2,800, 2,850. And nowadays, maybe about 3,600 due to a battery shortage.
And where can we follow you?
You can follow me on Bredrick, Instagram.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. All right. We're here with Sur-Ron Asbury Park. What are you riding?
Riding a Sur-Ron Light B.
And what's the battery and the motor?
The battery is a 60 volt, 70 amp hour by Chai. It's fantastic, and I got a stock motor.
Okay, cool. What's the top speed you get on the bike?
I think I hit 70 the other day because of my new controller.
Awesome. What's the controller?
So it's the Torp TC500. It's fantastic.
And your range?
My range, I have not drained the battery. We went all the way to New York, rode New York and back, and I was still at like 65. So.
What's the total cost of the bike?
Total cost, I'm looking around 9K, 10K in investments into it.
And where can we follow you?
On Instagram, I'm Sur-Ron Asbury Park.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with Joe. Joe, what are you riding?
I'm riding an SX 500. It's modified.
Awesome. What's the battery and the motor?
The motor, I have a far driver kit on here. It goes up to like 100 and something volts. I got a 72 volt battery in here. My motor is as well 72 volts, 3000 watts.
Cool. What's the top speed you get on the bike?
My top speed so far, I have a front sprocket change on here. I got 52 miles an hour on here, so it's pretty quick.
And your range?
My range, I got about 40 miles of continuous beating riding, so it's pretty good.
What's the total cost of the build?
Around $800 to $900. I have plans to put better forks on here.
Not bad. Where can we follow you?
At OneWayJP0409.
Thanks for sharing.
Yep, of course.
All right, we're here with Luke. Luke, what are you riding?
I'm riding the Sur-Ron Light BX.
Awesome. What's the battery and the motor?
The battery is a 60 volt, 59.7 amp hour battery, and then the motor is the stock motor.
What's the top speed you get on the bike?
The top speed I've gotten on the bike is about 65 miles per hour.
Awesome. And your range?
My range between like 45 and like 50.
Any standout mods you want to mention?
Definitely the stunt bar.
Okay.
And then the forks, the EXT Pharaohs, they're really good. I definitely recommend them for
awesome.
Sur-Ron riders.
And what's the total cost of the bike?
The total cost of the bike is around 13.5 grand.
Wow. And where can we follow you?
luc.c17 on Instagram.
Cool. Thanks for sharing, Luke.
Thank you.
All right, guys, this is your host, EROCKRODZ, and today we're showcasing the C3 Storm Astro Pro. This is another bike that's going to be leaving our stable, so we wanted to showcase it one last time. The battery and the motor, it's a 52 volt, 20 amp hour battery, and it's running a 750 watt Bafang motor, and I have to check the peak of that. The top speed of the bike, the top speed I get about 33 miles per hour, but I've hit about 35 on some nice flat straights, but roughly around 33 miles per hour. The range is about 25 to 35 miles depending on if you're going to be pedaling or not. The total cost of the bike is around $2,700, and this is a very solid bike. It's another one that I'm going to be sad to see it go, but we're going to have to start letting some bikes go. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, of course, EROCKRODZ. Later. All right, we're here with Mike. Mike, what are you riding?
I am currently riding the Spark CycleWorks Javelin pre-production prototype. This is the third prototype that I've been riding now.
What's the battery and the motor?
Right now this is a 72 volt 40 amp hour battery using Samsung cells. We also have a 5 kilowatt motor on this one. The production one is supposed to come out with a 4 kilowatt motor, but this is a special version.
What's the top speed you get on the bike?
I've only gotten it to 75. For the sake of the battery, for the sake of my own safety, I haven't gone past that. But I have a upgraded controller on here as well, so I'm estimating 80 miles an hour. I am currently riding the Spark CycleWorks Javelin.
How about the range?
The range is great if you're in eco or the low mode. I can get from the top of Manhattan to the bottom and make it back confidently and still have fun the entire way. I would estimate 30 to 50 miles depending on how you ride.
And what's the total cost of the bike?
So the base model that you can get is around 47. They have upgraded packages. What you see here is the Hooligan package, which is something that Matt put together specifically for us here in New York City. I'm the test pilot for Spark Cycles, so I haven't paid anything for this bike. It's not mine to keep yet. You can expect to pay somewhere between 47 to 55.
And where can we follow you?
You can find me at Backup Mike on Instagram, S3CrewNYC.com. Follow us, join us for all of our events.
Awesome, thanks for sharing.
Yes.
All right, we're here with Carlos. Carlos, what are you riding?
This is a Gen 1 Zeus 1100.
Awesome. What's the battery in the motor?
The battery is a powerful lithium 60 amp hour 52 volt battery.
Nice.
And the motor is stock. It's a 750 peak 1100.
Okay, cool. And what's the top speed you get on the bike?
Right now I got up to 36, 37.
And your range?
The range 80 to 100.
What's the total cost of the bike?
The bike is roughly like 25, 27. And with everything else, I would say probably another 2, 3 on top of that.
And where can we follow you?
Arcane Bikes. Well, Arcane Bikes is my personal page, but I have Arcane Moto.
Okay.
And that's my business page. It's a powder coating shop in Brooklyn, New York. We do a powder coating on anything, basically from anything that's metal. We do powder coat on, it could be motorcycles, bicycles, now e-bikes, of course. Arcane Moto.
Cool. All right, thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with Manny. Manny, what are you riding?
I'm riding an Onyx RCR.
Awesome. What's the battery in the motor?
I'm running a powerful lithium 55 amp hour moly cell pack. I think it's like 570 amps. Right now I'm only running 330.
Okay.
My motor is at 8 kilowatt. It peaks I think at 12.
What's the top speed you get on the bike?
Top speed so far at 30%, I was hitting 76 miles per hour from GPS and display. And my top speed I could possibly hit is 80 miles per hour, but I have not hit that, hit 79 so far.
And your range?
My range, I have not really tested my range yet, probably like 55 or a little less than that if I'm on high power. Like if I lower down my power, I could probably do like 60 miles.
And what's the total cost of the build?
Total cost, probably almost like 13K with everything in total.
And where can we follow you?
Follow me on Instagram, FW_Mano with 3 O's, or you can just type in Ghost NYC. I'll probably pop up there as well.
Thanks for sharing.
Yep, thank you.
What's going on, guys? Yatu Chavez here. Today we're riding the P51 Bullet. Actually just got it back from Talaria Seats. So you can see that custom seat right there. If you know Talaria Seats, you know their comfort is unmatched. Also got a custom frame box in the center right there for just storage, but you know, if you want to do it, you can throw in an extra battery as well.
What's the battery and motor?
Basically stock. I have a 48 volt, 28 hour battery. The motor is a 750 watt Pentac motor. However, the controller is upgraded with the Handleworks BAC 855.
What's the top speed you get on the bike?
With the controller and stock power, stock in quotations, about 30, 35 miles an hour.
And your range?
Range, you know, from cruising or from gunning it, anywhere between 30 to 40 miles.
And what's the total cost of the bike?
With all, you know, the seat upgrades and the storage box and Handleworks, roughly maybe 5 bands, 5,000.
And where can we follow you?
You can follow me on Yatu Chavez, pretty much all over the place. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok.
Thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right, we're here with Wavy. Wavy, what are you riding?
Yo, shout out to EROCKRODZ. I'm riding the Sur-Ron Light DX Black Edition from Unicycles.
What's the battery in the motor?
The battery is a 72 volt 51 amp hour from Shaw Battery, and I got a Stotion motor. Shout out to David Gotham Repairs.
What's the top speed you get on the bike?
The top speed I get on my bike is 85 to 90 miles an hour.
And your range?
My range, if I'm doing anywhere from 30 to 40 miles an hour, I can get about anywhere from 50 to 55 miles of range.
And what's the total cost of the build?
Total cost of the build, $5,000 for the bike, another $5,000 into upgrade, so a total of like 10.5.
And where can we follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram at Wavy313. I believe my YouTube should be Braveheart. Shout out.
All right, we're here with Tejo. Tejo, what are you riding?
I'm riding a Gen 1 1100 Zeus, which I acquired from Chris Zanner, owner of Zeus. I was very fortunate to get one of these personal collection.
What's the battery in the motor?
The battery, I have it custom built by Powerful Lithium. It's a 60 volt, 17 amp hour.
Okay.
And the motor is a QS motor, 3,000 watts.
What's the top speed?
I was able to get it to 52 miles an hour.
Wow.
I could still go, but I got scared.
And your range?
I actually haven't gotten to test the range on this one, but I would assume with this battery, with a 17 amp hour battery on a normal cruising, I would say maybe about 25 to 30 miles.
Okay. What's the total cost?
At this point, I would say at about 3,500.
Okay. And where can we follow you?
You can follow me at Ebiker_Maryland.
Thanks so much for sharing.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with Billy. Billy, what are you riding?
Hey, I'm riding the C3 Storm Astro Pro.
Awesome. What's the battery in the motor?
I got a 20 amp battery, 52 volt, and I got a 750 watt motor.
What's the top speed you get on the bike?
Top speed on this bike is 32 miles per hour on the off-road unlocked.
And your range?
My range on pedal assist 2 gives me about 67 miles.
And what's the total cost of the bike?
Regular buying it in the store is $2,700, but I added some mods, so right now I'll give it $3K on my bike.
And where can we follow you?
Bill Blaz, Instagram.
Awesome. Thanks
Yes,
for sharing,
sir.
Billy.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're here with Richie. Richie, what are you riding?
Big new BGX.
What's the battery in the motor?
48 volt, 35 amp, 1500 watt.
What's the top speed you get on the bike?
45.
Cool. And your range?
About 60 miles.
Awesome. And what's the total cost of the build?
I would say about 2,000.
And where can we follow you?
Ambrose is next.
All right, thanks for sharing. All right, we're here with Joe. Joe, what are you riding?
We got two powerful lithium builds, a Super 73 ZX and a Super 73 RX.
Awesome. What's the battery in the motors?
Two batteries, 51 amps and 17 amps, so 68 amps. And we just added a second battery to this one, 230 amp hours, 60 amp hours.
Cool.
All 72 volt, of course.
What's the top speed you get?
Mid-50s on both, yeah.
And your range?
85 on this one recently with 20% left. And this one's not too far behind, depending on how far you ride on you.
And what's the total cost of the builds?
I got close to 14 into this one, probably 11 into this one. We got the Chris Custom rims, of course, on the boat.
Very nice. All right, thanks so much for sharing.
Love it, man. Okay, we're flipping the script and here with EROCKRODZ. What are you riding?
All right, guys. Today we are riding the Lyric Cycles Graffiti, the 2023 model.
Very clean, I like it.
Thank you.
What kind of battery?
We got dual 20 amp hour batteries, 52 volt, so it's 40 amp hours in total. The motor is a 1,000 watt motor that peaks at 2,300 watts.
And the top speed?
Top speed is about 35 miles per hour. And the range is roughly 40 to 60 depending on your riding.
How much?
And the total cost, I believe it retails at 29 or 3K, around there. But I got it on sale actually for about 2,100.
Can people buy this bike with your discount?
Yeah, definitely. Use code EROCKRODZ for $150 off your bike.
Thanks a lot, buddy. Great job.
All right, we're here with OG Flacko.
You heard?
What are you riding today?
I'm riding a 2024 Sur-Ron Light BX.
Awesome. What's the battery in the motor?
Powerful lithium, 72 volt, 51 amp hour. Pack still running on a stock motor with a Torque TC500 controller.
Okay. Yeah. And what's the top speed you get on the bike?
Daily, I could do about 70, 80, no problem.
Wow, very nice. What's the range?
Yesterday, I did over 70 miles on it.
Very nice.
And we was pushing. It was on the ride out and we was pushing. So you already know, if you want a pack, go and check out Powerful Lithium, you heard?
There it is.
My seat is from Tapia, Gurmad rack.
And what's the total cost of the build?
I'm pushing about 11K right now.
And where can we follow you?
You can check me out on Instagram, OG Pretty Flacko, or on YouTube, same thing, OG Pretty Flacko, TikTok also.
Awesome, thanks so much for sharing.
Catch us outside, you heard?
All right, we're here with John. John, what are you riding?
I got a Rumo Air SS V1.
Cool, what's the battery in the motor?
Battery is a 50 amp hour. The motor is a 5,000 watt motor.
Is this a 60 volt, 72 volt?
72 volt.
Okay, awesome. What's the top speed you get on the bike?
The top speed I got was, my weight is like 65 miles an hour.
And your range?
The range could probably get like 80 miles, like, riding moderate.
And what's the total cost of the bike?
I got a second hand for $1,700. Total cost, I would say, like, from the website, will be like $5,000 to $6,000.
Wow, you got a good deal on that.
I did, man, yeah.
Very nice. All right, thanks so much for sharing, John.
All right, brother.
All right, guys. Today we're showcasing the Lyric Cycles Graffiti X e-bike. This bike has a 60 volt, 40 amp hour battery, and it's rocking a 3 kilowatt motor that peaks at about 7,200 watts. Top speed of the bike is about 50 plus, and my range is about between 30 to maybe 50 miles, depending on how hard you're riding the bike. I purchased this bike for about 3K at the pre-sale price, but it currently runs at about 4,600. Remember to follow me, EROCKRODZ, on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Right on.